What's up, Coastal Kids? Thanks for joining me today. I've got an awesome story for you today. I am dressed, you might be wondering why I'm dressed like this. Well, I'm a leper, okay? And a leper, to set the stage, I want to explain what a leper is so that we have a better understanding of how cool this story is and how Jesus heals these 10 men. All right, a leper is someone who has basically a disease, okay? And it's a disease that affects the skin, and then you can lose a finger, you can lose toes. So it really affects the whole body. It's not just sores on your body. You can lose your eyesight, kind of like I've got right here, covering my eye. So it's really a bad thing, all right? And there's smells involved, and that's why these people were basically outcast into a certain area of a town, and nobody went near them because it was very contagious. And so that's kind of the situation these guys are left with. They are left with basically a death sentence. Some people got healed of it, but majority of people ended up dying. And so we kind of have a little bit of an understanding of maybe that today of isolation. We've got this thing called COVID, and when we have COVID, we got to go and isolate and spend time. And so, but it's only for a short period of time. Lord willing, we'll get better. But these men had to isolate for as long as it took for them to get better, and sometimes that was never. And so that's the situation that these men are faced with. And so for whatever reason, Jesus comes into the town, and these men come up to Jesus, and they're pleading with Jesus, please save us, heal us. And Jesus tells them to turn back around and go back to the priest. And the reason he does that is because that's what the law says. The law says that they're supposed to, when they get leprosy, they're supposed to go to the priest, they're supposed to get diagnosed, and then the priest basically tells them that they need to go and isolate, and if they get better, then they can come back to the priest, and the priest can tell them that they're well, and then integrate them back into society. Well, these men had already done that, so they probably thought, why is Jesus telling us to do this? Well, they are obedient, okay? And so they turn around and they head back to the priest. And because of their obedience, they are healed, all right? And so they can take off all these wraps and they can feel a lot better knowing that they can get back into society, all right? And so because of that, you would think that that's the end of the story. Well, that's not the end of the story. There's another cool part to this story, and that is there were 10 guys, and only one of them returned back to Jesus, praising God and thanking Jesus for all that he had done for him, all right? Realizing that it was nothing that he did, but it was everything that God did for him, having mercy on him and healing him of this disease. And Jesus says, where's the other guys? Weren't there 10 guys? And we don't know what happened to those guys. They went off. Maybe they thought, hey, we're healed. We got things to do. So off they went. But this man felt the need, and he was a Samaritan man. So he was, someone that Jews didn't even associate with. But he comes back, and he gives God the glory for what happens. And so what I want to explain to you guys is, guys, there's nothing that we can do to earn our way or our salvation from Christ. It is all about our faith in Jesus. And because of our faith in Jesus, God has mercy on us, and he heals us spiritually from the inside out, right? These men went through a physical healing, but the one that came back had also a spiritual healing. Jesus tells them he's healed because of his faith in Christ. And so we have to give God all the praise and all the glory for everything that he does, because he's so awesome. And so the question I have for you is, there something in your life that God has done for you that you may not have given him all the praise and all the glory for, that he deserves? Maybe we think that we did it, all right? Is there something that you've done and you're like, oh, I did that? And so remember and ask yourself that question: is there something that God has done for me that I've not given him the praise and the glory for? So think about that this week, and we'll see you next time.